What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, owner, CEO, director, manager, and all that. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you for listening. And man, the Mavs take down the Spurs tonight, 130-120 to finish off the season, game 82. Great way to cap off the year by sweeping the Spurs for the first time in franchise history. First time we've ever swept them, which is pretty crazy, but understandable if you think about it, because they've had some really good balanced teams. So the Spurs are always good. So or not here recently, but Spurs are always pretty strong and put up a fight. So it's great to get the first sweep of them, of the whole, of our first franchise, first time in franchise history. And this team did really well responding and finishing this game and this whole season. Finished with 52 wins. And we'll get into I'll get into Luka's injury, his calf strain. And then with this win, and then, of course, tonight the Warriors got a win. So now, and then the Jazz won. So now the Mavs are in the 4th seed, and we'll play the 5th seed Utah Jazz in the first round. So we'll get into all that here. Let me go ahead and give you a quick game recap of this game, because we did have a game. We got to finish this, talk about how they did it tonight. And tonight we were without Maxey again. And, of course, I think Sterling Brown, of course, as well, I mean. And so no Maxey, no Sterling Brown minutes tonight. But in the first half, man, honestly, this game was just kind of ugly. It was kind of a very NFC East vibe for all my football fans out there, especially my Dallas Cowboy fans, man. It's a very... Every time we play the Spurs, there's very much the NFC East vibes in this game where... things could be so close, and I mean, things could always sway one way or the other in a blowout, but it's like throw the records out the window. It's always a very hard-fought game between these two teams. So, and honestly, in the first half, that's what it felt like. At the end of the first half, it was 59 all, both teams, and it was just kind of a dogfight. Mavs weren't really knocking down shots that they normally do, honestly, the Spurs were just keeping... I'm looking at the halftime stats right now, and we shot the same field goal percentage and even shot better from three than them, but they were, in the game. What did they do to us? Look at this. I'm trying to look at the stats. It was just like, honestly, I didn't think they shot that bad from three, because honestly, it looked like we had the same amount of shots made and stuff. I mean, they were just hitting stuff, responding to every, kind of punch we kind of throw at them, every Luka three or every, couple buckets we get, they would respond. Give credit to them. They were doing well. Oh, they were scoring us in the, of course we were stopping them from three, and obviously they were scoring in the paint on us. So at halftime, they were leading 28 to 22 points in the paint. But, man, yeah, it was just seeming like this game was going to be a dogfight. And in this game, in the first half, go ahead and mention Dwight Powell, man, because he ended up getting at least 21. I don't know what he ended up doing. Oh, wait, no. It was 21 games with perfect field goal percentage. He had 21 games this season with a perfect field goal percentage, and that's the most ever in Mavericks history. He's already passed the leader. Eric Dampier had 18, so he's already passed that. But now he finishes with, 21. That's the most ever. Just go ahead, stack on the accomplishments for centers in Mavs history. Not named Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler's on there for 14. Of course, he wasn't here that long. If he was here longer, he'd be leading probably all categories. But, Dwight Powell, hey, more power to him, man. That's awesome. And that's what we need to see. And he's been doing great lately. His last games, let me go ahead and shout out his at least the last 10 games. He's been just honestly killing it. Last 10 games, he's averaging 78% from the field. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Even better than that, guys, 90% from the free throw line. This man is shooting 90% the last 10 games from the free throw line. That's awesome to see him shooting 78% from the field. Basically, he's taking all his shots in the paint, and he had no more threes. J Kid took that out of there, and now he's focused on making his free throw. He's 90%. That's awesome. Averaging 13 points. About 7 rebounds over the last 10 games. Just being amazing. And I know this last February, March, and now April, he's been just on a tear, and he's looking like his old stuff, like the old stuff we've seen pre-injury, pre-Achilles injury, Dwight Powell, and this is awesome to see. It's the perfect time for him to flourish because we definitely need him going to the playoffs. So, good stuff from him, and definitely what we need to see moving forward. And then in this game, now going back to the game. In the third quarter, man, about halfway through the third, Mavs finally went on a run, and we're like, all right, they got, someone's got to put their foot down here and make a run, and the Mavs definitely did that, and went on a run, went up all the way up 97-76. But honestly, about the run isn't even really the big deal. We kind of knew this game was going to sway. We started hitting our shots finally, and tightening up the defense, which we've seen us do plenty of times in the past this second half. This was no different. We to finish the quarter, it was, Mavs had finished with 38 points in the quarter, held the Spurs to 23. So it was one of those, we flipped the switch in the second half, turned it up. Of course, the big news in that third quarter, at the 2-minute mark, Luka gets injured. We don't know the severity of it yet. I'm doing this the night right after the game, so I have no clue on it. Everyone's saying, even Coach Kidd is saying that he's got to wait till the morning and see how things are. But great stuff by this team, because in doubt and seeing this man goes down, they got a little bit rattled going into the fourth, but they actually honestly responded, because it seemed right after he went out, it kind of got a little bit deflated, and we had the lead, but it looked like we weren't holding it that well. Like we didn't have a strong hold of this lead. We kind of got a little deflated in the fourth quarter, man. But real quick before I mention the fourth quarter, what we did, Dodo in the third, 16 points. My man went off. Tied his career high, or actually no, he set his career high for most points in a quarter. 16 points in the third, and that's what really helped propelled us up in that run that we went on. He hit some threes tonight. He was awesome. He finished 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from three. Only missed 1 3 tonight. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Great stuff from him. Of course, a lot of these guys didn't play in the fourth. Like Jalen Brunson. So, at the end of the third, before getting the fourth, it was he went out. So Jalen Brunson finished with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He was doing really good. He was hitting his shots, doing his work in the middle, and also hitting from three. Took 7 shots from three. What we want to see when we see him, he's got to take a lot of more of these catch and shoot threes, because he's going to get a lot of opportunities with Luka, on the floor, and so he's got to be able to put them up and knock them down at a high clip. And I know this coaching staff is on him at shooting these threes, and he's able to do it, and he's knocking them down at a very efficient clip. Tonight, as I said, 7 of 13, 3 of 7 from the field. And at the same time, we want him to be a playmaker and do more, and he showed that. 5 assists tonight. He was getting everyone involved, doing things, of course, like, dishing out to Dwight Powell, just like Luka does, and things like that. Dwight Powell also finished with 12.7 rebounds. He finished right there in the third, too. And Reggie Bullock, he didn't have a really good night. 1 of 6, 1 of 3 from 3, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. The rest of the team, rest of the starting five, they did pretty well, though. They played as a good unit. They ended up getting this big lead in the third before Luka goes out, and so it was a good sign to see. Aside from the injury itself, it was good to see the rest of the team, and especially Luka, heating up, because after that, Luka leaves, and he still leaves in the third with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. 2 steals, 1 block. Can't forget the 2 steals, 1 block. Really good night for him. 8 of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. So did really well. He was a plus 19 still too. Best on the team. So just sucks to see him go out. And you just hope that, it wasn't anything nasty or anything big and that can hold him out long term. And yeah, anyway, back to the game, getting all off track. Back to the game. The fourth quarter, man. Fourth quarter was awesome because the Mavs got a little bit deflated because Luka got hurt, so the Mavs kind of were trying to pick it up, still keep it together. And as I said, the lead, we just didn't think we really had a strong hold on this lead. And here comes hero game ball of the night, Theo Pinson, off the bench, saved the day. 16 points. He was 5-5 from the field, 4-4 from 3. Knocking down big threes, especially in that fourth quarter, man. Just when they were going back and forth, they were trying to go on the run, especially Josh Richardson, trying to have a little comeback game against the Mavs. And Theo Pinson shut that down. Was like, nope, I'm on the bench of the bench, and I'm better than you. and it's in that type of sense, and he's like, yeah, we're better off without you. Just so he did really well. And then at the 7-minute mark, man, they put in Boban. Boban got minutes, y'all. And Boban was killing it. Boban came in at the 7-minute mark. We had a lineup of Boban at the 5, Marquise Chris at the 4. We had, was it Moses Wright? I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to say your name, man. Yeah, it is Moses. Moses Wright at the 3. Trey Burke at the 1, and then Theo Pinson at the 2, man. And we just put on a clinic, man. Boban did his thing. He was doing Boban things, scoring in the paint. Made a no-look dish assist to Theo Pinson for a 3. Like, it was awesome. Like, the end of this game, if you're a Mav fan, you know these players because, you watch every game or you're watching the games and these end of the bench players even, and just see them come in and do really well at the end of this game. It was awesome. But, yeah, Theo Pinson, he definitely gets the game ball tonight because what he did, it was awesome. He didn't miss, flawless, so he definitely gets the game ball. As I said, he also had a rebound, 2 assists to go along with that. Boban came in, he had 4 points. Bertans did really well off the bench, 3 or 4 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3. 2 threes in there were big, and I think that was like in the second quarter or something where they were really big in the momentum of the game at the time, and I feel like it's gonna show in the playoffs because there were threes we were like, yes, we need those, and that's what we're gonna need in the playoffs. And he has those Peja vibes for us, where he can come in and I don't want to say he can win a game by himself or something like that, but he can help win a series with just his hot shooting and come in the right time when, man, we really need, we're kind of getting stagnant, need somebody to help, knock down some shots, and all of a sudden he comes in and can hit, like 4 or 5 threes in a game. Like, that would be crazy. And I can see him doing it. He's that type of player. The way he plays, he plays hard. Like, you think 6'9" kind of guy like him, he would be able to move around. But he moves around very well for his size and stature. And he's able to. He hustles, especially on the offensive end, man. He hustles on defensive end. He tries his best. Gotta give him credit like that. But on offensive end, man, he's like a 6'9" JJ Redick out there. Just running around screens, the way he takes his shot. He's on the move and everything, like the way, and he's efficient at it too. Got to give him credit. They said over the last, I think he's been shooting. Let me check his stats real quick before I say something that's wrong. Here, I'll go ahead and get him on. The last 10 games, which he's played 7 of, last 7, he shoot 50% from 3. Averages 6 points, but 50% from 3, man. That's amazing. And 48% from the field, doing awesome. And is about 15 minutes per game. So that's what we want to see him do. Come in and be productive in those. And especially if he catches a heater, man, in the playoffs, ooh, Luka going to find him. And he's going to, all these guards, Brunson and Dinwiddie, going to find him. And, I can feel he's going to be a big help in the playoffs. He can come up crucial and be a semi-X factor. But, yeah, man, nobody looking at the other stats. Marquise Chris also played 20. He played 21 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Moses Wright got 2 free throws, had a block. Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie, 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from three tonight. Really good, 8 points, had 5 assists. 3 rebounds and 5 assists. So he's dishing, as I said. They're all dishing it out. When your three, main guards all get at least 5 assists, that's awesome. That's what you want to see. We had 34 assists as a team. So when you do that, that's really good. And man, this team is just looking awesome. Josh Green did really well tonight too. When he came in, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from three. His three that he made was in the first half, and it was awesome because it was, again, where before in the season you see him kind of hesitating to not want to take open threes. Now he's catch and shoot threes just, and he's releasing it automatically, and that's what we need from him. He's not thinking about it. He's not like, oh, I need to pass. Maybe I need to pass it. Not hesitating on, oh, maybe I need to shoot. Maybe I need to pass. Okay, I'm gonna shoot. No, he's caught it. Dude was already on the closeout, so if he was gonna shoot it, he had to catch and shoot, and he did that, and he made it, man. And that's what we want to see. That confidence is what we want to see, especially moving forward in the playoffs, where we want to see him be a factor this year. We want to see what he's got. Well, he wasn't anywhere in the rotation last year, so now this year he will be. And I mean, we'll see. Hopefully he will be, but hopefully we can see what he can give us in the playoffs and see what he's made of moving forward and what we have in him. But he did great tonight. Finished with 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Good stuff. Man, just great stuff. Trey Burke came in, had a Trey, hit a 3. 3 points, 4 assists. Could be the last time seeing a Trey, because they might move on from him and the rest of his contract to help build this offseason, yada yada. But in case that it was, the last Trey, hey, shout out Trey Burke. So yeah, this Mavericks team, we really did well tonight, man. Looking over at all the stats, like we just played well as a team, did what we needed, came in, got finished off the season with a victory, and now we're moving on to the playoffs, guys. We will play the Utah Jazz in the first round, home court advantage. Finish the season, 52-30. We were 29-12 at home this year, 23-18 away. We really set a home court advantage, for us, like in the sense of we actually had, like when we played here, we win more games. Last year it was closer to 500 than what it was this year. So to really have home court advantage is great. And then this year, I think for the playoffs, it's going to be great. And I think the fans are going to be hyped this year. Everybody's going to want to see Luka the 6th seed, especially get out this first round, have that monkey pulled off his back and show that he can win, and start moving forward and progressing towards title contention and whatnot. But great stuff for the Mavs. I'm not going to go deep into the whole matchup and stuff, but this year, against the Jazz, we were 2-2 in the season series, so just putting that out there. But that, of course, the 2 games they won earlier in the season, the 2 games we won later, so just saying that there. But don't want to go too deep into that because, man, we're gonna have a long week, guys. Mavs might not play till, supposedly, they said, even kids said noon on Saturday. So we'll see if that holds up true or whatnot. But, I was thinking, obviously we're going to have to play either Saturday or Sunday. But, this is a long week. Hopefully this is a long week. And Luka's calf is not, it's not, that calf strain isn't something serious, because we know that calf strains can lead to more very serious injuries. If you need to know more, check out KD and what he just went through. I think even Dwight Powell might have happened to him, but I know KD, it was a calf strain. So those things you got to take serious. And I know this coaching staff and the medical team will take care of him and make sure he's good to go for game time. So hopefully till then we'll have more news as time goes throughout the week. And honestly, I don't want to talk too much about the whole season and recap and each players and how everyone did, because I'm going to say this is a long week and we're going to be missing some Maverick basketball. Even though playoffs do start, the play-in starts this week, we're going to be missing Maverick basketball this week. So I'm going to save a lot of that for this week and hopefully do some extra pods, here throughout the week. And definitely want to have guests on the pod. And, we got a lot of things to go through for the this whole season and predictions to roll out awards-wise and playoff-wise, man. It's going to be a crazy one. It really is. If you're looking at the playoffs in the East and in the West, like every round is just crazy, man. I look forward to going through all these different matches because there's a lot of different stuff going on, man. And both sides, things are just interesting this year. Things can really go sideways this year in the playoffs, and that could be good for the Mavs. Could be good. Could be good news. So that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna keep this too long because, man, this is just a good night, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, pretty short and sweet. But all hope, love, concerns, prayers, everything out for Luka. Hopefully he's good and good to go by Saturday, hopefully at noon when we play. And that's pretty much it, guys. Again, if y'all have Twitter, if y'all want to follow, you can. It's at Mavs_rundown. Go ahead, check it out. The Mavs Rundown, this podcast is free on YouTube, along with Spotify and the Anchor app. So go ahead, check it out wherever you can. And I'm AG. Thanks for listening. Remember, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.